Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Troy, and in today's video, we're going to be giving a 6-month update on NBA head coach Billy Donovan's custom aquarium right here. It's been, like I said, up and running for 6 months, so we're going to show how we do maintenance and keep this tank looking good. I'm also bringing a new fish to add to this aquarium today, and we're going to give updates on all the other fish in this tank. My brother Quinn is joining me today as he normally does the maintenance on this tank, and we'll show you what he does each time he comes over here. So let's dive right in. So just to recap and get everyone up to speed, about 6 months ago we set up a 180-gallon custom aquarium for NBA head coach Billy Donovan of the Chicago Bulls. It was a very fun day. We had everything planned out, but it was great just to set up the tank with Billy and make sure it was exactly what he wanted, and the tank came out great. It was a very rewarding and fun project to be a part of, and we're really happy with how the tank came out. We posted a full video of this setup, and I'll leave that down in the description below if you would like to be caught up. Highly recommend you watch that video. It was one of my favorite videos I've ever put together. We came back a few weeks later, and that's when we added the cichlids, and then we came back a couple months later in August where we added a couple more. We made a video of adding the fish to the tank, and we'll put that in the description below as well. That last video update was about 4 months ago, and during that time the tank has been doing really well, and the Chicago Bulls have had quite a season.
To win it! Go! DeMar DeRozan delivers! Pump fake for the win! Got it again!
The Chicago Bulls are first in the Eastern Conference. Billy has won Coach of the Month, and he just hit a career milestone winning his 300th career win. So congratulations to Billy. It's a very exciting time to be in Chicago right now, and let's check out his tank. So this is the 180-gallon custom aquarium with American cichlids. As I mentioned, it's been doing really well over the course of its first 6 months, and one of the new fish that will be added today is actually a chocolate cichlid that I have been quarantining in my home. It was a very long quarantine period because he came in and he was very small, so I wanted to take some time to grow him out before adding him to the tank. So I brought this cichlid with me as I was meeting Quinn to do maintenance on the tank. Quinn has been handling the maintenance of Billy's tank over the last 6 months, coming a couple times per month since he lives closest to Billy. During those visits, he does water changes, he scrubs algae off the glass and from decor, and just makes sure the tank is looking good and running smoothly. But algae is a sign of a healthy aquarium. We're just going to scrub some off today that looks a little bit more unsightly. But Quinn is here now, so let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to start doing a water change, which means hooking up the Python to the C-shaped pump. This is the Ultra Zero. And how much percent do you normally change out, Quinn?
I typically do probably say 2/3 because we have not been coming as regularly because of my busy schedule and obviously Billy's extremely busy schedule. We try to just do 2/3 once a month. Some months we did 50% twice a month. But overall, the nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia levels have been very stable in this tank. So if those would ever start to fluctuate and get too high, we would definitely start to extend more visits here. And obviously, once these fish get much larger, as they will, they're going to be producing way more nitrates that will probably need more water changes more regularly. Like my tanks at school, I will do 50% every week. I just think that the more the better with that, and the clearer the tank becomes with that, and the healthier the fish become as well. So.
Okay, so as this is draining, we're going to start scrubbing some of the algae off of some of the decor, and especially off the back of the glass. So as Quinn is cleaning off one of the plants, I am going to go ahead and test the water, which is something Quinn would normally do on his own. The nitrates are coming in at the 0 to maybe 5 parts per million range, which is a really good sign that the tank is doing well. Some of the algae in the tank has probably kept the nitrates below that 5 parts per million. I also brought over some more food, which is our go-to brand in Extreme with the cichlid pellets here. And then as the tank was filling, this was when we added the chocolate cichlid to the tank. So this guy looks stressed out as any fish will be when you move them from tank to tank. The chocolate cichlid changes colors like a chameleon, so that splotchy color definitely indicates that he was stressed out, but in about 30 minutes he'll be back to his normal coloration and looking good. The Threadfin Acara looks great, and so do the other geos, which we were kind of concerned about initially since they're a little more on the peaceful end compared to a few of these other cichlids, but they are looking great, which is a good sign. So again, the Threadfin Acara, or the Hecali here, is looking great. It's one of our favorite in the tank right now. It already has some of the trailers to his dorsal fin, which looks great. You can also see in the background the chocolate cichlid, the green tear, a couple of the other geos. And then here's the big Texas cichlid who definitely runs the tank. He's probably grown from maybe 2.5 to 5 or 5.5 inches now. He's a beast and looking great. And then you have the rainbow cichlid that looks really colored up, looks great. This Texas cichlid is just beautiful, but we'll definitely have to keep an eye on him in terms of aggression. And then there's the red spot gold severum. Very personable, I love severums. And then down here, hiding out during the water change, is the male Jack Dempsey. He's probably the second biggest fish in this tank at about 4 to maybe 5 inches. We put a little bit of food in the tank just to see if we can get the chocolate cichlid to come out some. He was already starting to eat and his coloration came back. He was still a little camera shy though. A few other fish that are in the background that you might see are the green terror, the electric blue Acara. The convict was hiding out in the corner by the Jack Dempsey. He's doing really good. But one of the more unfortunate pieces of news is that we did lose the Oscar. So we originally picked up a pretty small Oscar because we didn't want him to outgrow the rest of the tank, but he was a little bit weak and we don't know if it was due to aggression or if he was sick when he was introduced to the tank. But he didn't make it, and we're definitely going to have to pick up a new Oscar for Billy since it's one of his favorite cichlids, and it definitely feels like an empty spot in the tank without the Oscar. So an update will come soon where we add a new Oscar as well as maybe another fish or two to this tank over time. And obviously when you have a lot of cichlids together in a tank like this, there might be aggression issues, and we are here to help Billy manage that. We have backup plans in place if we ever need to remove a fish, so we will just keep a close eye on this tank over time and make changes as we need to. But for the most part, this tank is looking great. The quality of the tank itself is just awesome with the custom aquarium. So these cichlids are just starting to grow and get some color, and I just can't wait to see this tank over time as an awesome future, and I can't wait to share that on the channel and with Billy. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. We'll be sure to keep you updated on this tank over time. And we'll also be adding some more fish, as I mentioned earlier, and we can't wait to show that coming very soon. So thanks again.